London Scottish, Loughborough students there with Neil Malone at stand-off half, reckoned to be a future Irish player, and Chris Dossett, the playmaker, and David Curry, a big, powerful, long-striding wing. And the London Scottish side there with Nick Grecian, who has played for Scotland B this season, and David Millard, who captained Scotland at the Student World Cup in France in '87. Two old adversaries here in the 1960s. They met in two finals. London Scottish kicking off against the Loughborough students. Fraser Harold, the captain, gets it going. Bit too far, up goes Richardson, immediately taken by Ian Morrison. And it's Richardson feeding out to Reid. That's Curry. Curry to Reid. Reid, powerful little hooker. That's Malone, number 5. And the Loughborough students, who've played twice in the Borders so far, haven't quite reached their potential. Got to the Melrose semi-final this season, and really should have got through to the final. Potentially a very good 7 indeed. These London Scottish fellas with a tremendous act to follow. 12 Middlesex finals the London Scots have been in. Withers Green was feeding along the line there. Harold has it now. He's got Appleson outside him. David Miller, the big scrum half. And just a chance here for Andy Walker. Very good tackling there by Reid. But London Scottish moving the ball well. Nick Grecian, this powerful fellow who's plays on the wing for them usually, and for the Anglo-Scots as well. Scots dominating possession here. It's Withers Green. Ian Morrison. David Millard. Millard still going. Morrison feeds back there to Grecian. There's a lot of space out here, but the dummy and the clean break right through. And it's a lovely try for David Millard. A very good start for London Scottish. They completely dominated possession in that little phase. And Millard here intended to put it out to the right, but saw the gap and simply sauntered through. So Millard giving London Scottish the 4 points lead. And Fraser Harold slots over the conversion, and it's 6 points to 0 for the London Scots. Loughborough students, of course, also with a good reputation here at Twickenham. 7 finals they've been in. Haven't been in one since 1976. UAU champions 20 times since the 50s, Loughborough students. But they'll want to get some ball to work with. As it gets it started. Andy Walker goes up. Millard caught there by Alexis Reid. Penalty to the London Scots. Referee here is Colin Little, another of the very experienced London Society referees. Some very good handling here by the Scots, and that's a lovely pass indeed out to Andy Walker. That was great stuff initially by Grecian. Fraser Harold going almost all the way. Mark Appleson is going to score, chased all the way there by Nigel Richardson. But that is a brilliant London Scottish try. Very reminiscent of the type of rugby they played in their halcyon times in the 60s. It was beautiful handling all the way. Harold taking it over halfway, and then that nicely improvised pass, and Mark Appleson, who was actually scrum half in a winning London Scottish side not so long ago, puts them 10 points up. Three minutes to go to the break. 7 minutes each way, those ties. Conditions super here at Twickenham. Firm ground, with about 20 matches on it this season, and an awful lot of squad sessions as well. A measured tread and a second conversion of Fraser Harrold. And the London Scots are stretching away. 12 points to nil, about 2.5 minutes to go to the break. There once again, Andy Walker proving the vital man at the restart kicks. It's so important to gather in ball from the opposition restart, and Walker has done it twice. Alexis Reid, this tough little Welshman born in Cardiff, went to the Royal Grammar School at High Wycombe, throwing in, gets the ball back. Outblast for either line-out obstruction or just getting through too quickly, taken quickly there by Nick Parry. It's Mark Ireland. Change of tactic from David Millard. That goes Nigel Richardson, the 20-year-old who's played for Nottingham. This is Neil Malone. Parry going. Over halfway. Being chased all the way by Harrold. Parry out there to Alexis Reid. Reid going for the corner, but it was forward. And one of the London Scots is injured. We'll have a look at him in a moment, but bad luck there. It was a clear overlap to Alexis Reid. If you watch it here, this lovely break by Parry. See the little jink and the half dummy. Then he felt the tackle coming from Fraser Harrold. And, well, Alexis Reid certainly would have scored. There's this lad who's played for the South and South West Division under-21s, hooker in the 15s, so he's a very valuable fellow to have in sevens when he can run and handle as well as he can. And so the first injury of the tournament is to Nick Grecian. So Nick Grecian, the Scotland B wing three-quarter, the first injury of the tournament so far, being helped off there. Andy Cushing, that very experienced sevens player on the left as you look at it. And this is a big blow to the London Scots because Grecian, big and strong and experienced. Kevin Troop, who used to play for the Gordons College in Aberdeen, a Gordonian, has just come on to replace Nick Grecian. This is Chris Dossett. Dossett has Curry outside. Beautiful running. And a perfectly timed pass gives Loughborough students their first score. And that will encourage them tremendously because it was beautifully worked. Chris Dossett, number 6 there. Let's say a playmaker in this side. Crucial to lose your own put-in, as London Scots did there. And Dossett felt a lot of space out there, pulled in his man, pulled in Mark Appleson, and the way was open for big David Curry. Dossett has converted. And Dossett's conversion cuts it to a 6 points margin at the break. Chris Dossett starts the second half. Millard noticed Fraser Harrold coming up that narrow side, but Morrison has it. Millard again. Accidental offside, referee playing advantage. Tony Witherspoon is the fellow caught inside his own 22. Nigel Richardson on the floor, trying to win it initially, and body going over, not staying on the feet. That was Malone, but the pass was a poor one. Mark Ireland couldn't get it. It's Richardson. Great score there, is it, for Nick Parry. And Loughborough students beginning to show their mettle. Nick Parry, the scorer, Rather tallish scrum half, and he cuts it to 2 points. And it was really the switch here to the big forward Nigel Richardson and his pass, and the lovely cut inside by Nick Parry, and then going outside again. Lovely score. Didn't get quite as close to the posts as Chris Dossett would have wanted. Chris Dossett here with over 100 points for the Loughborough students in 15s this season. This to tie the score. Oh, he's made it. So in no time at all, the game can turn round. A typical seven-stye, London Scottish leading by 12 points to 0, and now they're tied at 12 all. Psychological advantage passing to the Loughborough students. Actually, the last time the London Scottish won this Middlesex tournament was in 1965, when they beat Loughborough then by 15-8. Appleson. Richardson waits. Parry. Malone. Curry out to Dossett. Dossett on the wing. Almost the interception, beautifully taken and fed away by Richardson to Malone. Nick Parry couldn't hold it. Ball went forward. A real chance for the London Scots here, but Tony Withers-Green has got to win his own ball here. He's lost one so far, and it proved vital. Oh, he almost lost another one. Round the 90 degrees. And so the London Scots with certain scrimmage vulnerability. Ian Morrison, the big lad they call the Moray Eel, is on this side. Well, but they've lost another one against the head, and that really is, well, not exactly fatal, as we can see, because Withers-Green is throwing it. So Alexis Reid, the Loughborough students hooker, will be counting that as 2-0. The Scots wheeled it that time, but Malone leaves it to Dossett. Dossett changing the tactic. This is meant for Curry. Back there goes David Millard. Millard caught by Curry. So important, that first tackle. Out to Morrison. All a bit haphazard, but the London Scots still with a real chance as Appleson breaks away. He's out in the open. He's got an extra man here. It's Kevin Troop. Troop, the replacement. Magnificent tackle there by Richardson. That big forward is so vital in cover defence. It was a superb tackle by the big fellow, and a nice touch too to lift his man off the ground. So the Exiles as close as that. It's locked at 12-12. They've played almost 4 minutes of the second half. 3 to go. Malone's kick charged down. Charged down by Fraser Harold, the captain of the London Scots. And went over the dead ball line just before he could get the touch. This time, of course, it's London Scots ball. Still wasn't a good enough strike, and Nick Parry played his man before he had the ball. David Millard, and they're not going for the kick at goal. Good for them. The crowd will like that. Fraser Harold. Appleson. Appleson has Troop outside. Is the little replacement going to make it this time? Yes, he is. Kevin Troop is in, and that's a vital score for the London Scots. Denied just a wee while ago, but he makes it this time. Kevin Troop, the replacement for Nick Grecian. And it was very well worked indeed. Appleson cleverly holding on long enough to cause doubt in David Curry's mind, and that opened up the way for Troop to make it to the corner. 16-12 for the London Scots. About a minute and a half left. So the left footer out there on the touchline, Mark Appleson. Fraser Harold has handed over the goal kicking to him. He's full back in the 15 usually, Appleson. He's given it a good scalp, but just past the right-hand post, and so just the 4 points in it. Loughborough now will be so concerned to make a good kick-off to retain possession. And that onus lies on the captain, Chris Dossett. 16-12 for the London Scots. Up goes Morrison. Did well to get it second time. So this could be the last chance for the Loughborough students. Played here in the final in 1976. That was the last one. Won 6 times and been in 6 border finals over the years, Loughborough students, known then as Loughborough colleges. Ian Morrison's been a tower of strength for the London Scots forwards there, both in tackle and in holding the scrimmage up. The whistle has gone for the end of that tie, and the London Scots are through against the Loughborough students, winners by 16 points to 12.
Yes, and London Scottish go through to the quarter-finals, where they will meet Northampton. Northampton beating Basingstoke 28 points to 0.